Everybody could use therapy, but
Therapy?
costs a fortune. It's time
Eat my cookies.
consuming because of the back and forth.
Oy.
Getting therapy
Getting therapy?
should not be this complicated. That's why today's sponsor
That's why therapy. This actually has the vibe of therapy. That's weird.
is Rula.
Rula. Oh, that's gotta be soul-sucking. Oh. Can you imagine being an aging bagel and you're in a dungeon and you have to sell therapy to people?
Was formed. Rula connects you with high-quality, vetted, licensed mental health professionals that are suited for you. Thousands have already trusted Rula to support them.
Why don't I believe you? How come you're not believable?
On their journey toward improved mental health.
Therapy should be more accessible. Why? I mean, I could see how some people, depending on where they would be mentally, they could take a sort of like a, what do you call it when you appeal to your own experience? See, my brain is just, it's hot in my room. Anecdotal. Like, you'd be like, oh, I talked it out and I felt better. But ultimately, the paradigm of therapy is flawed. It's got flawed metaphysics. That's what I would say. It's ultimately going to drive you back to yourself. That's my concern and my critique of therapy in general. That there's no other place it drives you than back to yourself.
And overall well-being. Head on over to Rula.com/random to get started today.
Wanna use a ruler on you.
Brought to you by Skechers hand-free slip-ins. I took them right off my feet.
I went to Catholic school and really drink because it doesn't,
And
excited.
Well, you wanna drink with me?
they told me, not that they ever tell me much, and I like it that way, but that you don't drink, so.
No, but I'll have a shot or two with you.
I can't tell you I can't tell you how often this happens. I said it last week, I think. Like, somebody was here, and it's like, the handlers are always like, well, he's...
It's a secular confession without absolution. That's correct, Chase. That's a perfect way of putting it. You're confessing, and then it's like, where? What's the fix? They don't even have a standard for, like, where you should be going. Like, there's no guidance. It's confession without spiritual guidance. It's like, oh, and then I felt like this. No, that's interesting. I'm drawing a doodle of you right now. Wow, that's really messed up. So what should I do? Well, I can't tell you what to do. I have no paradigm for ought claims or duties or anything. So, well, do you want to keep doing what you're doing? I mean, it depends on what you want, really. All comes back to you.
He's recovering, and he doesn't want to be around smoke, and he doesn't drink, and then they're like...
Guy who's doing the weird medical treatments to...
the guy who wants to live forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know about Liver King too, right?
But who?
Liver King?
I've heard that. Who is that? What is
Just
that?
super ripped guy. And his
Liver
name is
King.
also, I think his name is Brian Johnson as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I had this actual...
Boy, I hope this gets better.
...discussion with Joe Rogan on his show, and he does the exogenous creams and stuff, and to stop. Do it because I'm afraid to be unhealthy, which is, I understand what he's saying. Without the proper amount of testosterone, Instagram wouldn't know how to get on it. It was Bill Maher's old girlfriends, and it was like this, like a
He's a
cavalcade,
Mahdi, yeah, he's a
some of
Mahdi.
which were my old girlfriends, and some of which were just completely pulled right out of their ass. So, like, fake news, my point I'm making is
It doesn't? Oh, man. Are you serious? There's not one battle in this?
And I would
I'm going to have to change the title of my stream,
love to go
dude.
there as well. In fact, we looked there before coming to Western Maryland, but it's impractical to try and do an in-person news show from Wyoming or Montana.
sometimes free trade does hurt people.
Yep.
And that's why there are tariffs. Trump is not the first person to advocate tariffs.
Listen,
He just the first.
I feel like Mel Brooks. He like somehow wrote a script that got lost in the mix about a guy who has a talk show in his basement, and and they found the script and they cast Bill Maher.
Person to do it in this kind of crazy haphazard way.
Right,
Boy.
I agree. I think that
Boy.
you know when he announced selective tariffs, I was like, all right, let Trumpian with the Democratic Party.
So?
Politico reported that. So you have this Ukrainian interference in our election, as reported by Politico, and I look at that and
Another country to do in our elections publicly was unprecedented. We always had one rule in this country. We're going to go against each other. Yes, Republican, Democrat, we'll do whatever it takes. But we don't bring in ringers from outside.
Uh-oh. Bagel. Wait a second. What are they talking about here? Because I know if you bring in the conversation to good old Tim Pool, who was personally invited to Netanyahu's little luncheon or whatever the hell it was. Any guest, including even the burnout Ian dude, brings up Israel loyalty, meddling, influence on Congress, election policy, foreign and domestic. He gets real. He turns into, Timmy here turns into a little chihuahua who will bite anyone who gets close to who's holding him. It's very bizarre. It's like a little chihuahua in a beanie. Christopher Scott, $10. Thank you so much. Hey, JB, I know I'm a little late, but congrats to you and the family on your baptism. Thank you so much, Christopher. I really appreciate that. In fact, right now, the girls and mom are hand washing in a basin the towels and the clothes because, you know, the process, you wash the oils out in the water, and then you transport the water, avoid putting it into the sewer, put it into the ground. That's what they're doing. It's beautiful.
Ukraine.
What they brought that in the same election?
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot the name of the woman. This is on Politico.
I'm 3 minutes from virtually Bud Dwyering.
You can just read their story.
Is this why nobody covered it? Well, I should have known better. I should have just known better. If nobody's covering
I
this.
can't remember the guy's name who reported it.
No, it's possible that, again, there's always some version
Is
of
it
it on the other side.
possible? Is it possible to do the most boring interview show in my basement ever? It is. It is. It is. Oi!
It's just not as egregious, I think.
You know, they're accusing me of working for the Russians now, and this is, or they tried.
What the hell
And
is
so
this? What is this? You're going to talk about meddling and influence on American policy, foreign and abroad? You know, we've always had it. Well, you don't. It's Democrat and Republican. We fight it out. What is this? Whoa. You're gonna avoid the giant, huge trunked elephant in the room?
Here's the story. I get contacted by a conservative personality. I've got 3 shows that I host, several that I have staff that host. One of them is called The Culture War.
Right.
We produced it for 2 years, Friday mornings, similar to this, sometimes debates. And I
Speaking of, where's Lauren Chen been? Where's she been? She kind of disappeared. Where the hell did she go?
I was reached out by like 3 different companies who said, we want to license to live stream news podcast.
Insanely boring.
But Steven Crowder is bigger than us, but he's comedy news. If we want to lump it all together, we're number 2. And we both feel guilty about saying, stop doing.
All right, this sucks.